Welcome to this journey into the fascinating world of temperaments and how they beautifully connect with Bach Flower Remedies. In today's video, we're going to have a little peek into how our temperaments influence our emotions, actions, and ultimately our health. We'll explore the link between these temperaments and the remedies created by Dr. Edward Bach to address imbalances in our emotions and energetic systems. Hi, I'm Michelle, a Bach Flower practitioner, herbalist, and student of esoteric and vibrational sciences. I'm also the creator of the course Bloom into Balance, where I teach people how to improve their life, awakening themselves using Bach Flower Remedies. And today we're going to have a look at the study of the 4 temperaments from Western esoteric tradition. I'm really super excited about this, so let's get started. To begin, let's take a little moment just to understand what we mean by the word temperament. So in Western tradition, temperaments are often classified into 4 main categories: sanguine or air, choleric or fire, melancholic or earth, and phlegmatic or water. These temperaments are rooted in ancient Greek medicine and were popularized by theorists like Hippocrates. They are essentially different ways that people tend to respond to the world emotionally and physically. And each temperament has unique strengths, weaknesses, of course, and reactions to stress. And this influences their emotional well-being and overall health. But how do these temperaments relate to Bach Flower Remedies? We'll get to that. For those who don't know yet what Bach Flower Remedies are, here's a really short description of that. So, Dr. Edward Bach, the creator of Bach Flower Remedies, was a physician who believed that emotional and spiritual imbalances led to physical disease. Through his research, he identified 38 remedies, each designed to address specific emotional states. These remedies are not meant to treat physical symptoms directly, but rather to restore emotional balance, which in turn brings harmony to the body. So, let's explore how these 4 elements align with Bach Flower Remedies. Starting with the sanguine or air temperament. So, sanguine individuals or air types are often described as lively, sociable, and enthusiastic. They are very adaptable and enjoy being around others. They are expressive, they love to experience life. However, when in an emotional imbalance, sanguine individuals can become scattered, easily distracted, and restless. They may struggle to focus or stay committed. They are like air, light, flexible, and fun, but they can also be all over the place. Bach Flower Remedies for the sanguine temperament could be clematis, which helps to stop and put their attention at something precise. Think about the wind. Ever seen wind being very still and focused? When you notice the wind, it's all over the place. Impatience, ideal for people who become frustrated when things don't move quickly enough. So these remedies help the sanguine individual regain focus, stay grounded, and balance their enthusiasm with serenity. Next, we move to the choleric temperament. Choleric individuals, or fire types, are action-oriented, assertive, and determined. They are natural leaders, full of drive and energy. However, their assertiveness can sometimes cross into aggressiveness or impatience, and they may struggle with anger when things don't go their way. Like fire, they can be really powerful and warm, but when unchecked, they can burn out or burn everything around them to the ground. Bach Flower Remedies for a choleric temperament could be vine. The remedy helps with the overbearing nature of the choleric individual, helping them use their leadership skill in a more gentle and just compassionate way. Holly, for those experiencing jealousy, anger, or hatred, holly helps restore love, peace, and understanding. So these remedies help the choleric person channel their energy positively, transforming anger into compassion and creating space for calm assertiveness. The melancholic temperament, or the earth type, is often associated with deep thinkers, introspective individuals, and perfectionists. Melancholics are sensitive and often worry about past mistakes, or future uncertainties. They tend to be more emotionally vulnerable and can feel overwhelmed by their own thoughts and emotions. Like the earth, these people are very structured and stable. But when their strengths become weaknesses, they can become too rigid, like, dried, crackled earth where nothing can grow. Bach Flower Remedies for the melancholic temperament could be white chestnut, for these moments of overthinking, ruminating, and over-worrying. Or pine, ideal for those who feel guilty or inadequate. Pine helps release self-blame and brings acceptance. So these remedies help the melancholic individual overcome feelings of guilt, sadness, and despair, enabling them to find a renewed sense of hope and joy. Finally, we have the phlegmatic temperament, or the water type, characterized by calmness, reliability, and empathy. Phlegmatics tend to be patient, easygoing, and deeply feeling. They rarely lose their temper and prefer to avoid conflict. However, they can sometimes be passive or overly withdrawn, lacking motivation to change. Like water, go deep. They can move slowly and stay really still, but they can also hold emotions too long or even become swept by emotions like a stormy ocean. So Bach remedies for phlegmatic temperament could be Centauri for those who have difficulty saying no or overly accommodating. Centauri helps them develop a stronger sense of self and personal boundaries. Think about water, it doesn't have defined boundaries most of the time. Or hornbeam for those who feel mentally fatigued, lacking motivation, or overwhelmed by daily tasks. Hornbeam helps restore energy and enthusiasm. So these remedies help the phlegmatic person overcome inertia and fear of change, fostering a greater sense of engagement and self-empowerment. By understanding the different temperaments and how they manifest in our emotional lives, we can use Bach Flower Remedies as powerful tools for healing and personal growth. Whether we are sanguine, choleric, melancholic, or phlegmatic, these remedies allow us to reconnect with our true essence and restore harmony within ourselves. Remember, the goal of Bach Flower Remedies isn't to suppress negative emotions, but to bring balance to our entire being, mind, body, and spirit. When we are balanced emotionally, we create a stronger foundation for our overall health and well-being. Let's have a little look at the different temperaments again. So the air temperament. In the great mandala of the elements, air is the breath of life, the unseen spirit that animates all form. The air temperament is the realm of the thinkers, communicators, visionaries. Those of the air type dance through life on currents of thought and inspiration. They live by ideas, connections, words, and dreams, ever moving, ever seeking. They love freedom, discovery, and the vast landscapes of the mind. Their gifts are brilliance, versatility, creativity, and lightness. Yet, like winds, they can scatter, unfocused, restless, detached. When unrooted, air may drift endlessly, never settling, never grounding its dreams into reality. But when air is harmonized, it becomes this divine messenger, bringing clarity, innovation, and the spark of new life. It is the whisper of intuition, the breath that carries prayers to the heavens, and the wind that lifts the soul towards its highest destiny. The fire temperament. Fire is the radiant heart of existence, the source of energy, passion, and transformation. The fire temperament belongs to the warriors, the leaders, the creators. Those of the fire type blaze through life with intensity and purpose. They embody willpower, enthusiasm, courage, and the divine spark of inspiration. They are the ones who leap, who dare, who burn brightly even in the darkest night. Their gift is to ignite, to inspire others, to push the world towards evolution. But like wild flames, fire can also consume, become impulsive, angry, reckless, or proud. When fire is balanced, it becomes the sacred flame, the inner light that guides with wisdom, strength, and unshakable faith. It is the warmth that gives life, the courage that forges new paths, and the burning devotion that leads the soul towards greatness. The water temperament. Water is the memory of the world, the flowing, receptive, mysterious heart of life. The water temperament belongs to the empaths, the mystics, the healers. Those of the water type navigate life through emotion, intuition, and deep inner knowing. They feel the tides of unseen forces, sensing what is spoken and unspoken, weaving meaning from the subtle threads of existence. Their gifts are compassion, imagination, nurture, and surrender to the sacred flow. Yet water can also become turbulent, caught in moods, illusions, or sorrow, drowning clarity beneath heavy waves. It can also become stagnant and cause rot. When water is purified, it becomes the holy vessel, carrying healing, reflection, and the silent wisdom of the soul. It is the mirror that reveals the truth, the ocean that holds all life, and the river that leads the seeker home to the divine. The earth temperament. Earth is the body of life, the foundation, the structure, the patient unfolding of the eternal. The earth temperament belongs to the builders, the caretakers, the preservers. Those of the earth type move through life with steadiness, practicality, and a deep love for what is real and lasting. They honor tradition, nurture stability, and cultivate the gardens where dreams can take root. Their gifts are endurance, reliability, discernment, and the sacred art of manifestation. Yet earth can also become rigid, clinging to the known, fearing change, burdened by the weight of responsibility. When earth is awakened, it becomes the living temple, a place where spirit and matter unite. It is the fertile soil where visions grow, the mountain that holds steady in the storm, and the silent strength that sustains all creation. I hope to make more in-depth videos about this at some point because I really love this. I think it's really valuable and this knowledge has been very helpful to me. I just want to end with 2 examples. One very clear and one for you to figure out. First one, I as an earth type have structure and I like things clear and well arranged and neat. So when I shared my house with my roomie, he wasn't very organized and neat and structured. Well, it got a little difficult for me. So every time he cooked, it was a complete mess and that made me really upset. The fire type in me was taking it very personal and found it unfair and a matter of disrespect. Now this guy was really long and slender and had a really long face, which was really typically for a true air type. Physically, that was so clear. Because yes, all these types also have physical aspects by which we can also recognize the type. So he as an air type had no structure, was all over the place, like the wind, not very detailed. And when I understood that, it made me less angry. He wasn't disrespecting me. He just didn't notice I had a structure, and he also didn't care for structure himself. It didn't occupy him. So knowing that, I could address the situation from a calmer and much more understanding perspective. And now this is another good one. So imagine a very dry and crackled earth. Try to imagine it, the color, the smell, how it feels, how it looks. And imagine you want to plant a seed in it. How will that work? Would it be easy or hard? And what would you have to do to plant a seed and make something grow there? Open up the ground, mix the soil, put some air in it, and literally make it lighter. Can you see which 2 elements are here at play and how to balance them? Now, every time I'm in a difficult situation, I try to see how it works in nature, and, well, there lies the answer. I invite you to take some time and reflect on your own temperament. Which one resonates with you the most? What emotional patterns do you notice in yourself? And how might Bach Flower Remedies help you achieve emotional balance knowing that? And would you like that I dig deeper into these temperaments in another video? Let me know in the comments, because this was really just scratching the surface of these really beautiful temperaments. And I've learned so much knowing what temperament I am, why certain things are so difficult for me, and so on and so forth. So that was really valuable to just know that. Thank you so much for joining me in today's exploration of the Temperaments and Bach Flower Remedies. I hope you find this video helpful. Please subscribe, etc., etc. Check my links for free beginner's guide on Bach Flower Remedies, for my free class 25 June, or to enroll in my course Bloom into Balance. And if you are looking for a private one-on-one consultation with yours truly, I'd be delighted to help you in your journey. Until next time, may you find peace, balance, and joy in every step of your journey.